Have you ever wondered how magic works in Arknights? Have you ever wanted to shoot fireballs, or heal people, or make living mud golems? Although I can't teach you how to become a caster, since, regrettably, the laws of physics and chemistry exist by which we are bound, what I can tell you is everything you need to know about arts. This is the Arknights lore Compendium, and let's talk about Originium Arts. Arts, to put it simply, is the manipulation and transformation of matter. Everything you see from energy bolts to meteorites are all product of this principle. Whether you can cast arts or not, and the type and properties of your arts come from both innate talent and later studies. While theoretically everyone can learn arts if they put in the hard work, this quote-unquote hard work differs from person to person, and some people just never get the hang of it. I said that arts is supposed to manipulate matter, but since this isn't a hard magic system, things like reading minds and mental influences also fall under the arts category, as well as several other phenomenon. In short, if it looks magical, it's probably arts. To cast arts, you need energy, and that energy comes from Originium. So naturally, people created staves and casting units out of Originium. Staves comes in all shapes and sizes. Depending on how it's made, some staves are more potent than others, and certain people need specially made staves to properly use their arts. Casting units, like staves, assist in casting arts, similar to how we would use modern-day electronics. Special casting units are also able to store arts and use them for other purposes, like for household appliances, although these need to be periodically charged by someone who knows how to use arts, like this little portable charging bank. But this brings up a question. If you need Originium to cast arts, and the infected have Originium growing on them, and if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you'd be correct. The infected can cast arts using their own body, but that will quickly accelerate their auropathy, and that isn't good. And while I know that the loading screen tip says that auropathy can boost arts capabilities, we don't really see that from the operator profiles. Not everyone who get infected get the ability to use arts, and in some rare cases, their arts capabilities actually get diminished. So really, the only good thing it can do for you is letting you cast without a staff, if you can use arts to begin with, that is. With all that being said, how do you actually cast arts? Well, unfortunately, I can't give you a concrete answer because that hasn't been elaborated on, but I can tell you a few things. Arts has been compared to language and music in that they're all made up of components. Language is made up of words, music is made up of notes. Arts, according to Nan and DDD, follow a similar principle. Some casters, like Santella and Frostnova, do actually sing out their arts, and Lithania's entire art system is built on music. Finally, let's talk about some of the more well-known kinds of arts. While everyone's arts can take a different form, such as your classic fantasy, fire, water, ice, and whatnot, over time people learned, taught, and passed down arts techniques. One such example is Lei's, whose electric arts, Leifa, has been used as a status symbol in Yen. Lithania has its music arts where casters hold themselves up in spires to study them. There's a special kind of arts for firearms, which the Sanctas are exceptional at. But the most mysterious and special of them all is probably the Sarkaz arts. These ranges from healing arts to mental suggestions through words to the more tribal and ritualistic cannibalism practiced by the Wendigos. And if we're talking about the Sarkaz King's arts, that would be a whole nother can of worms that will probably take an entire video to fully cover. While Arknights is mostly a soft magic system, having a bit of guidelines here and there can add some realism. Well, as much realism as you're looking for in a fantasy world anyway. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.